Okie dokie, let's see if we're live here or not. Let's see. Let's see if we're live. Orthodoxy 101. Okay, and here we are. Live and kicking. Okay, welcome back to the Caribou Data Science channel. This is an impromptu Google Sheets session. We're going to be taking some quick analysis, quick data visualizations of the greenhouse gas emissions from the Our World in Data CO2 data set. It's a data set that consists of, well, what's it consist of? One row for each year, for each country, and then you have columns here where you have the different types of sources of CO2 emissions. Okay, this is a CO2 emission. Okay. Now these first two here, and maybe all of them, are measured in tons. So CO2 emission in tons. I'm not sure how you measure the weight of a gas, but that's what it says. So CO2 emissions per ton, then it's CO2 emissions per capita. Per capita always means per person, so you take the total emissions, divide it by the population, or maybe it's the other way around, and that gives you the per capita, okay? And you can see that the data goes all the way here from 1850. We're going to do something a little funky here. We're going to get rid of some data, okay? We're going to start by saying less than, okay? Did I, no, what I wanted was, I wanted all the data, I wanted to delete all the data prior to 1900, okay? What we're going to do is, I'll just mention that where it says country, country is more than country. It could be continent. It could even be, and it could also be, what we're interested in today, interested in is income groups. They also generally have a, they also generally have a, they also generally have have a section of which is for world. So it's a summary for the world. So you have a summary by country, summary by continent, summary by income group, and a summary by world. Okay, we're interested this evening in the income groups. All right. So what we can do, we can come over here. Just do this. Now income groups is a broad yeah. So you can see here, we got this here. We're going to come over here. And of course, in the interest of full disclosure, I did go ahead and do some ChatGPT work earlier this evening. So we're going to extract all of the data all the data for the you can get access to Canvas. Collaborate with ChatGPT to write code in a dedicated space. What's this? Interesting. Okay. Is that something extra? Okay. So you can see here we're taking our code. And the funky part, this is pretty straightforward filter, right? The reason we got these curly brackets here, because for some odd reason, this is the way you include column headings in the filter statement. So it's a little different from Excel. So this is just the range, the array. In order to search for columns with country name of include the word income, you have to use this funky in sum and search function, okay? And we're also looking for code greater than 1899, which would bring us up to now this takes a moment to load. And there it is. Income group for country. Well, here's the question for us. I tried using the obvious thing by using the date function, okay? But the problem is, it gave me some funky number, okay? So let's go over here, data. Let's insert a column for date. Oh, let's see. Okay. One thing that's interesting is the start date from the standpoint of the software. The earliest date you can go back to is different for Excel and in Google Sheets, okay? I don't think this is going to work, but we'll see. Isn't that what we already have here? Okay, this is interesting. Huh. So it works fine from that was interesting, isn't it? So let's try this. So it's got to be C2. Okay, good. So now let's come down here like this. So now we'll come up here. Okay. Working. Let's get rid of this. Oh, see what it, because it sees there's a date over here. Alright. It doesn't appear to want to go to home, does it? Very easily. Good. Okay. So now we got this. And now, of course, it updates immediately over here. Very good. Very good. Okay, good. Excellent. So what's our header over here? Let's make it a dark, with a text color of white. Good. So this is our dashboard, right? And here's our income group. So what are we going to do? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to create some pivot tables, and our columns is going to be the income groups. What that's going to allow us to do is that's going to allow us to create multi-line plots where a line plot or a stack bar plot where you have one bar or one line for each income group. So let's just start over here. So we go over here, we're going to say insert, pivot table, new sheet. Rows going to be date. Alright. Columns, here's where the fun comes in, country. Alright. What the value? The values are going to be cement CO2. Alright. Now, as you can see, there's not a lot going on here yet. Okay. But we can still go ahead and do a let's get rid of oh, I don't know, shoot. How do we get rid of let's add a filter for a year. Okay, we can start with that. Now I come over here. Let's try this. So we got a date here, okay? Aggregate, come down here. That didn't work. And maybe this won't work right. Over here. Okay, let's do this. Let's start only down as far as insert pivot table, cancel. But this already has a pivot table on it. So how do we get back into the pivot table here? Well, let's come back up here. See, that's not working. See, x-axis is date. All right? Okay, so maybe this isn't going to work just the way I thought it was. Okay, let's delete this. I don't know how do I get back into a pivot table with this? Okay, just insert pivot table, new sheet. Rows is going to be year, right? Columns is going to be country, right? Values is going to be cement CO2. And we're going to do filter by year. And we're going to get rid of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, let's go down to 1928. Okay, that's when all the ones are reported. Okay. Now let's see what happens. Now this is correct, except we're not getting the column headings, are we? We're not getting the column headings, are we? I wonder why. Let's remove country. No, the trouble is, well, no, the country is, for whatever reason it's treating this up here. Okay, because there should be 1, 2, 3, 4 countries up here. Or no, there should be what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there should be 4. Let's try this. Okay, this is better. Okay, so here's what we're looking for. We don't want the grand total. All right. And let's move legend to the bottom. All right. Okay. So that's quite helpful. Of course, what you notice after the war, you saw a big increase in emissions. Of course, this is all due to the post-war economic boom, houses being built and stuff like that. Hang on one sec. I'll be right back. Give me some drink. So this isn't bad. Of course, this is the reason why uh, that doesn't look that bad, does it? Oh, except this has got to be uh, font size. Let's just say, we know it's CO2, right? That's what it says at the top. Let's go over here. Let's get rid of this. All right, there. Yeah. How's that? Not really, is it? That's about the size we're looking for there in it. All right. I don't know. Maybe we need to make it a little taller also. What do you think? There we go. Okay. So that's our first. That's our first plot. How do you get rid of lines on there? Is what I know. How do you change the color? How do you change the color of the lines here? Hmm? How do you change the color of these lines? So there's our first visualization. Again, here, so the first visualization is annual CO2 emissions from cement. Annual emissions of carbon dioxide, CO2 from cement, measured in millions of tons. So it's not simply tons. It's not simply tons. Okay? Now we could almost cut this off as far as as 1940. Let's even do that. Let's come back over here. And let's only look at data as far as where did we get? We come back over here. Alright. Well, that works very nicely, doesn't it? So did it change the one over here? No, it didn't. Oh, no. Interesting. Okay. So we can come back over here now. Let's just work with okay. Now we can come back over here. We can do the second one over here. Insert pivot table, new sheet. Rows is going to be year. Columns is going to be country again, right? What happened? Let's go over here. Let's go over here. We're looking at the wrong group, aren't we? That's what the trouble is. Go over here, insert, pivot table, new sheet. Rows is year, right? Columns is country. Let's don't show totals. Values is what? This is going to be CO2 per capita. Alright. Let's add a filter. Year. Now, if you know how to get back into this let's just say clear all by condition greater than $19.40. $19.40. Okay, let's leave it there. And we can do the filter in the plot. What the world is that? Okay, let's do it aggregate. There we go. Series, country. How did we well, the obvious question is what happened to our column headings here? Oh, I don't know. Set up. We can now create a so how come we're not seeing this? And we're only seeing 4 columns. Let's get rid of this again. Let's start over again here. And income groups, insert, pivot table, new sheet. Let's add year. Columns are going to be country, right? Skip totals. Value is going to be per capita. Filter, year. Actually, let's say 39. There. All right. Okay. So again, this is per capita. We got year, we got this. Let's insert plot. Right. See, that doesn't make any sense. That's a series. Aggregate. Now, how come we're not? See, that's just years. That's all it is. So that shouldn't be a. That shouldn't be a. Oh, there's a squat off on it. Hang on a second. There's an emergency squat out front. Okay. Yeah, there's an emergency squad at my neighbor's house there, and and I'm not quite sure what the trouble is. But anyway, one good thing about this condo association, the emergency squad is like right across the street and up like a half a block, so it only takes like a minute for them to get here. So here's my question for you folks. Well, how come I'm not seeing any labels up here? Hmm? How come I'm not seeing any labels? Let's try something maybe a little bit funky, okay? Let's try something a little funky. Let's try something a little funky, shall we? Let's go over here. Let's copy this. See, because we got the labels there, all right? Okay, set up. Okay. Okay, let's see. Set up. Aggregate. There we go. Much better. All right. So that worked quite nice. You know, this accomplished two things, okay? First of all, it's charts, let's see emissions. Per capita, right? And this isn't tons anymore. Okay, my guess is, I'm not sure, but I think my guess is the TONNES could be the British spelling, maybe, I don't know. Okay. And now we know how to create two identical plots in terms of uh, using two different data sets, okay? And there you have it. I'm not quite sure why we got so many, oh, let's see something here. 10 lines set up. See, I don't know why this happened over here, but we're not going to worry about that, are we? Let's just leave it the way it is for right now. And there you have it. What we got here? Let's see. So 53 minutes. 53 minutes to get our system set up, and now we're set to go for the rest for our further explorations of this emissions data. And as always, we are doing it by income group. And you can see the group with the highest, the biggest increase in the highest output in terms of both in terms of tons and per capita is, of course, the upper middle income countries, which could include the U.S. I'm guessing. Okay, so there you have it, folks. Let's go ahead and take a quick snapshot of this. Use it for a thumbnail. There you have it, folks. Be sure as always to do what? Subscribe, click the bell icon, click the like button to be notified whenever I upload new content. This of course was an unscheduled broadcast. I'll be back with our next official broadcast. It'll be Wednesday night. Then we'll go back. We'll start over from project 1 of the Furniture Mart analysis using, now we're starting over again. We're going to do all 10 projects again using the R programming language and ChatGPT to write the code for us and design the visualizations. But anyway, this is your first look at our first look at the emissions database. All right, and so we'll catch you here shortly.